Hey everybody, it's Lacey. Welcome to Paws and Paper. So today I was playing around with making these cute specimen cards. And I'm going to show you my super easy way that I've done it, which I think turns out really cute. I mean, I think these are going to be looking really good. These are actually going to be pieces that I'm going to be putting into the fairy journal that I'm working on. And I've made just a little dangly thing here that I can hang off of something. This I'm going to actually use as a pocket and just glue it down in a journal. And same thing with this one. I might just use this as a tuck. And then I have a little tag. So I have a couple different ways to use these specimen cards because I really like the way they look, but I kind of wanted to have like a purpose for them and not just something to be, you know, just sitting there. I mean, like this one is just pretty, but a couple of these I'm like, I want to have an actual purpose for them. So I'm going to show you how I made a couple of these, and I think it's super, super easy. So what I've been using, and I think this is a great way to use these, is some stickers. I have a lot of stickers, and I don't just peel off a sticker usually and stick it in my journal. I just, you know, that's not how I design journals. But in a little specimen card like this, these stickers, which this big one here came off of one of these, and this one here came off of one of these ones, I think they look so much cuter when they're in little cards like this. And so I'm trying to find a way to use these. And I did try the method, this one here, this little mushroom one, which it does show up when it's, you know, when there's something behind it. And it's super cute. I did use, where did they go? Those little washi stickers. And I tried the method. These are exactly what I used. And see how they're white on the background? I tried the method where you peel off the backing and put it onto like the packaging tape, and then you put it in water and you peel all the white stuff off. That did work, and this is how I made this one, but that's a lot of work. So I'm not going to show you how I did that one. If you are really interested, I can show you how I do that, but it did take a lot more effort. So I was thinking, how can I make this a little simpler? And then I found these stickers, and the ones I have here are glossy feeling already, and they are clear on the back. I did use one of these. This is like another washi sticker. So this one is one of these, and it still has the white background, but I think it looks okay. You know, like I don't mind it having the white background in this little tag. And none of mine are going to be, you're not going to see the back of any of mine, other than this one here, which is going to be a dangle. But I'm not too worried because it's going to dangle next to something, so it's really not going to be looked at on the back all that much. But if you're really concerned about being able to see both sides, you're going to have to try to find a way to do the reverse image and make something on both sides. But especially maybe using like a white background sticker, you're not going to want to have the back on there. But anyway, let's just get into it and I'll show you what I've done. So I went ahead and I did use a couple of my die cuts to make it easy to make some of these frames. You don't need to have the die cuts. It just is really super handy if you do, to cut out like picture frames and stuff like this. Now the funny part is this one here, this is the only thing I had that was semi oval or circular. All the other die cuts that I have is like a set like this one. They're all rectangular. This, I believe, is actually meant to be balloons. So be creative. Whatever you have, you will not be able to tell if you cut something out. Like here it is. Could you tell that that's balloons or meant to be balloons? No, you're not going to know that. So just be creative with what you have. I mean, this was all I had, and I wanted something other than, you know, just the plain old rectangles. And then for this big one, I didn't have anything big enough, so I had to kind of cut into it after I use my die cut. So I am just going to show you this big one first. And I'm just using scrap bits. So I've got a couple bits of, you know, cardstock. It doesn't matter what's on the back because you're just going to fold them. So for this bigger one here, and this is roughly it's roughly 4 by 4. Okay, so I'm just going to grab, and I don't know what size this is right now, but I'm just going to fold it in half. And this right now is looking to be 5.5, 4. Okay, so I just need to, if I want to make it a little bit narrower, let's just go 1, 2, 3. Let's just cut it down. And it also depends how big your stickers are. So like this one here, I might try this one. See how it's a lot wider? Where'd my ruler go? I'm gonna try to measure something here. I can't pick it up. There we go. Okay, so this one is roughly 0, 1. I can't count. That's roughly almost 4 inches long. So that will fit. And this one didn't fit all the way in there, and that's okay. So let's just eyeball this to see if I can make it straight. And kind of, you know, the imperfection is okay on these. I think it looks kind of cool if they're not perfectly, because, you know, specimen cards would have been, you know, made out in the field probably. A lot of times I would have thought like an actual specimen card. So yeah, I don't think perfection is totally key. And I don't care either, you know, which way it folds, because on mine, I'm going to sew around it anyway, so I honestly don't care which way it folds. So if I use this one, I'm going to pick kind of my die cut that maybe looks like it fits most of that sticker without too much top and bottom. So let's see which one looks better. And you want to keep a decent border, because if you glue, you're going to want to have enough so that it, you know, it really sticks on there. I think this one's going to get too, yeah, let's go with this one. So I'm going to just show you here real quick if I can. I'm going to try to get my big guy up here. And I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but this is what I'm going to do. Place my things in here. And I love this machine. It's great. It's just, right now I don't have a bunch of like the die cuts and stuff. So, okay, so I'm going to orient it this way. And I want to make sure I keep my border, as much border as I can, all the way around. When I put my plate on top, I don't want it to move. And then it's going to crack and sound like it's breaking. Okay, there we go. And then we've got our little cutout frame. And obviously, you know, if you don't have a die cut machine, you just can, you know, scissor cut or use one of those utility knives. That would work too. Okay, so this flower here is going to fit in there just fine, I believe. And so I am going to then take clear packaging tape, any kind of clear packaging tape you got, and you want to put your sticker down on your tape. So this can get kind of fiddly with all the tape and everything, because it'll stick to you. So trying to get the tape down and your sticker down. You gotta kind of fuss with it here. I'll just do that. Okay, so then if I can get my sticker off, and I believe you could pretty much put anything you wanted into these specimen cards. I mean, even like a paper die cut stuff, you know, like one of those prepackaged, like, you know, like the Tim Holtz things. The little butterflies and stuff like that. I think even those would look good in here. These stickers do not come off easy. That's one thing I don't like about stickers. A lot of times they never come off right. Then you end up peeling the whole backing. Come on, guy. Okay. Oh, we got you. There we go. Almost. Okay, there we go. Okay. But if you have clear stickers, they did work really well. And you just kind of want to make sure it's all over the tape. And if it doesn't fit, like this one here, I had to do 2 layers. If you can, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see the seam. See that there? I had to just do 1 strip here and then 1 strip here. So don't worry if your sticker's too big and you have to do 2 rows. It's perfectly fine. I don't think you can really even see the seam too awful bad. I mean, unless you're really staring at it. But I think it's fine. So then I put my sticker down, sticky side down, on the sticky side of the tape, and now I'm going to put the tape back over it to seal it all in and smush her down. Okay, and you know what I didn't think about? I didn't think about the tape being wide enough for here, so we're going to have to, let's see here, I want be able to fit here like this, so I can cut roughly about here. Okay, so this is a good example then. So see how my sticker is narrow? Now I'm going to have to go either decide, I think I want it in the middle, so I'm just going to do tape above and below to make my card a little bit, my specimen card a little bit bigger. So I'm going to try to like seam the top here. Okay, and then I'm just going to connect it at the bottom. There we go. And if you don't like all that clear space, I mean, we could actually add, I gotta get it off my table, we could actually add more stickers if we wanted to. So if we wanted to put more in there, we could actually layer up more, but I think it's going to be okay, actually. I don't mind having that. We're just going to go with that. But yeah, I could place more stickers down, you know, and really have it filled, but I think specimen cards are meant to be kind of, you know, there's one thing in them. They're not loaded. Okay, so the only thing I'm doing here now is just to get rid of the sticky, is covering a piece right over top of what I just did. And I've seen people use acetate and all that. I just thought, you know, like packaging tape might be something more people would have accessible to them. You know, obviously you could use the acetate sheets, or I think even, but I think like those projector sheets, you know, like those photo projector sheets, those actually kind of have a little bit of a texture to them, I think. But yeah, I mean, use whatever you got. I just thought, you know, the packaging tape would be something that, you know, most people could get and have access to, or maybe even just have laying around the house. So I'm just kind of bone folding it down, trying to squish out some of the bubbles. I don't think you're going to see most of the bubbles anyway, but you know, you got to just kind of play with it. If you really don't like it, you're going to have to just, you know, put your tape down very carefully and make sure, you know, you don't get the wrinkles in there if you don't like. Okay, so I actually just lay the whole thing in there and then cut around it, because to try to cut it before I put it in here, I think I would have a mess. And like I said, I am going to sew around these. But if you were gluing, you might just have to cut in a little bit further so that your glue sticks to your paper. Because I don't know, certain glues may not stick to the real shiny tape here. So just to be safe, if you are using glue, I would definitely cut it down, cut your tape down so that it so that you leave room in here like this. I would leave a little room from your tape. That way you can run your glue right down here and not on the tape. But since I'm sewing, I am not worried about that at all. And I am just going to do a rough cut right now, because I'll go around it after I sew. All right, and I'm not even going to put any glue in it. I am going to go quickly do, like I did this one, I'm going to do a straight stitch all the way around the outside, and then I'm going to do a straight stitch on the inside. And I will be right back to show you. Okay, so I'm back with my little specimen here, and you can see I have some overhang and stuff that we're going to need to clean up. So, like I didn't measure too awful careful with this because I'm knew I was going to sew them, and then I just go back and I clean up the edges. So when you sew, also sometimes things kind of shift, so don't be worried if things come out and they're not perfectly even. Just give them a quick trim and they will be good as gold. Okay, and my stitching isn't perfectly straight, and I think that adds to the appeal of these. You could even do the wavy, the double lined, whatever. And if you're not sewing, if you've seen the technique where you just draw on fake stitches, that always looks super cute. So yeah, just and then from here it's a complete, just decorate up the whole thing. Now the big ones I was going to use as like these great big ones as pockets, and I'll show you that, but let's go ahead, and I'm not going to decorate it up right now, but you can see how this one here, well, actually let's just do it real quick because it's not that much. I just popped on one of these Tim Holtz specimen labels, and so then I just kind of popped it in the corner. So maybe I want this one, let's see, yeah, I think I just still like it there. Okay, so let's just pop that on, and then maybe, how about a piece of trim? Yep, okay. So let me ink this up. And these are cute, these little, the Tim Holtz little specimens. I thought they went perfect with the specimen cards. If you don't have these, just take a small square piece of, like plain cardstock and hand write on there yourself. I mean, you can see what the labels look like. Put capital specimen and then do some scribbles and whatnot, and you got a specimen label. I mean, you could easily make your own. I mean, it's not that hard. You do not have to have these pre-done things. And like I said, for Pete's sakes, I'm using a balloon die cut. And, it's like, don't be afraid, to use what you have. It really does not, it doesn't matter. You can make it look good. It's all about perception. And a lot of times, I'll tell you, people, they'll perceive things differently than you do, because I think we are more critical of ourselves than sometimes other people are. So keep that in mind. You may think it's terrible, but other people might really like it. So keep that in mind. Don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, let's just put down this little piece of torn whatnot. I believe this, I think I say this all the time, this actually came from like a skirt or a dress I got from like a thrift store. And so, you get a dress or a skirt and it goes on for days. So I have these and I just tear off pieces as I need them, which is like a really good way to get little fabric bits and stuff, because you go and you like, if you like appliques, they can be expensive, but you buy a dress and you get a whole bunch of it. Okay, so I think those will make really cute pockets in a journal. So let's put those off to the side. Let's show you one. The itty bitty ones I had to hand cut. So let's show you one of those. Okay, so this one here, this itty bitty one, all I did was I just have this little strip of paper. This is actually like roughly 2 inches. So I'm just going to, and I didn't even measure, I just kind of fold up what I think roughly is a square. And my paper's not squared off, so I'm just going to kind of try to square a little bit before I even get started so it doesn't get worse. Okay, so that's roughly squared. Whoops. Okay, and then I believe, do I have anything, maybe I could use one of these little small mushrooms in here, or the acorn is kind of cute. Okay, that's not an acorn, pine cone. Oh my goodness. Okay, then on this, I just took my sharp scissors and I just stuck it through the middle. And then I just started cutting like towards the corners and making sure that I didn't go too far, because you know you want to leave your gap there for your tape to sit in. So I just make an X, and then I can kind of get in here and cut it a little bit better. So this is what you would have to do. Whoops, kind of tore that a little bit too much. That's okay, we'll fix her. This is what you have to do if you don't have like a die cut machine. Just takes a little bit more time. And again, you can see I am not measuring. I'm hoping for straight. It may not be straight, but we're going for rustic. So I'm okay if it's not perfect. Okay, so there's roughly our square, and as you can see, it's all kinds of not straight, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so this one here is gonna be, I like the little pine cone. Or what is this little thing? Is that a nut of some kind? I like the pine cone. I think the pine cone is cute. Okay, so where'd my tape go? Right in front of me. All right, so this here, hardest part is finding the end of your tape. Okay, there we go. And this should be about enough for that little tiny pine cone. Oh, stay, everybody stay. Okay. You know, that's the hard. It's like, how do you get the tape off of your hands? Okay, now this one here is like a washi sticker, and this is the one that I said has like a white background on it, and I thought it looked okay. So let's just stick this guy in the middle. And you make sure, you know, you gotta make sure you have a border so that you can, you know, you just gotta be conscious of putting the frame on there so that you have, your sticker will fit there. So you kind of always want to center your sticker in the middle. And hopefully this isn't glaring so bad. I know it's probably glaring for you guys, but I hope you can see. That's what I hate, like when I do shiny things, it's hard for everybody to see. Okay, and again, I'm just doing this to try to smooth out some of those bubbles and make sure everything's stuck down. So that's what you got when you put in like a little white background. And maybe, I think that fits in there just perfect. Okay, so we're going to stick that guy in there, and then we're going to do the cut around again. And these would be cute, you know, these smaller ones, as, you know, the like little dangles, just to dangle off of, you know, a larger tag or a pocket or just off of a page. You know, if you had a page ruffle and you just put a little one down there. Super cute. Okay, again, I'm going to go to the sewing machine and sew around. I will be right back. Okay, so I am back, and here's what we got, our cute little pine cone. So I'm going to do my trimming there, and I'm going to ink this guy up because I didn't do the inking first. And if you want to do the inking first before you sew that or glue that, you just have to do that before you put your tape in there, or your little piece or whatever. But you can't really tell too much. Okay. Oh, and make mention, if you are sewing, make sure you clean your needle with some alcohol or something, because going through the tape is going to get your needle all sticky, and you're going to want to clean that off when you're done with this project. Otherwise your needle is going to be all full of tape and gunk, and you're not going to like it if you try to sew fabric. So yeah, just make sure you clean your sewing machine when you're done with this project if you're sewing these. Okay, so this one here, I just, I went to town and was doing all these whole, like, circle punches, and I've been using them on as little dangly things. So I went a little overboard maybe, but I'm gonna pick something, maybe, what color would go good with this? It's for the fairy journal, so I gotta keep it with the kind of the naturey. The little green polka dots are cute. Even the red polka dots are cute. That kind of pulls out that red there. Kind of like that. And then maybe just like a, how about this one? Should we do this one on the back? Okay. And I think they just make really cute dangles. So I just was using, this is all I got. I think this is a 1-inch circle punch. And that's all I did. I took a whole bunch of my scrap cardstock pieces, and I was just sitting there going to town punching everything. So yeah, I have circles for days now. But I think they do look really cute as a little embellishment on these little bulb pin things. So I'm just gonna, I just glued 2 of them together. And then I'm going to ink around it. And these are just another really simple way to add just another, you know, piece of interest or something. So I got a little bulb pin, and you can use a safety pin or anything like that. And I got this real tiny, like, can you see that? Like, this is a, I don't even know what this is called. It's a Fiskars, but it's not, it's a real tiny hole punch thing. So I'm going to do a hole punch through here. And I just went right between the 2 stitches. And then I'm going to do a punch on my circles somewhere. And then let's add a little bit of bling. Got a bunch of scrap little pieces. How about, where's my lace? I need a piece of lace maybe. Hang on, gotta go back down here. I got my bowl of lace. How about maybe something, is this too white? No, I don't think that's too, that's okay. We might just ink it up just a tad. Just want a little piece. Okay, that'll work. Put you over there. And I'm just gonna put some ink on it just to kind of dull the white down a little bit. Just don't want it to look stark white. Nothing in here in this journal's super, super white. So, and then I'm just gonna glue this lace at the bottom with my Fabrifix. And I think that just adds something cute to these little dangles. I mean, with a little piece of lace at the bottom there. Can't go wrong with that. Okay. I think even those, the other day I was watching somebody make the fabric ruffles. Not sure who I was watching make fabric. Maybe it was Cara Renee again. Maybe she was making fabric. Yeah, I think it was her. So, you could even use, no, paper ruffles. She was using paper ruffles. That's what she was making. But those would look cute too, like a little tiny paper ruffle, with the, you know, like the zigzaggy stitch. That kind of looks like a, like vintagey, you know. Okay, and then how about, do I want something on here? I've been hanging, putting a little bit of something. Oh, maybe one of these little guys. I have like these little, these are cute. These little, I don't know what they are. They're like cardboard little paper flowers of some kind. I got a whole pack of them. Long kind. I've had these forever. I think even before I started really getting into junk journals. And that might be kind of cute on there. Let's see if I can position it a little bit better. They're kind of 3-dimensional, so they're kind of hard to get stuck. But once they stick, so I'm kind of pushing, kind of flatten it just a tad. Okay, so let's see if I can get this all on here without everything's still kind of wet. So then I'm just going to put my little ball pin in. And then I think we have a really cute little dangly piece. If I can't, there we go. So there we go. I mean, super cute, right? That would look cute hanging off something. And we could even put, I've been putting little pieces of bling. I could even put just a little piece of bling down there. Is that too much? Do I want it? Do I not want it? I think we're okay. We got one on that one. So there's the little dangly piece. And the very last one I'm going to show you real quick is how I made the tag. And same concept. Everything is, you know, is just going to be a repeated process, but I'm going to use one of my little, you know, balloon pieces here, per se. And these are just going to be, I've cut out some tags. So you just want to make sure whatever size you have here, that your tag is just slightly bigger. So I've had some pre-cut, and this is just Tim Holtz paper, like one of those 12 by 12 sheets, and it actually is lined on the back. So I thought, you know, and it's neutral, so I've been going for kind of neutral on the front, and I thought that would be perfect. I mean, you could even do one of these, the script on there with the stamp and stuff. That looks kind of cool, right? Or should we go completely neutral on neutral? I don't know. I kind of like that one better. Okay, let's just do this one real quick and then we'll be done. So, taking my balloon stamp, which is ever so cool. Oh, I wanted to do a green one. I haven't done the greenery. Will that fit in there? Can I find something to fit in there? Ooh, that's a cute piece. Yeah, let's use that one. Okay, ready? Ready. Okay, to convince myself to be ready. Here we go. Okay, using our tape, layer tape down. So yeah, I hope you guys give this one a try. It's kind of fun. It's kind of addicting. You start making one and then you just keep going, and then you just start playing with what else can I sandwich between two pieces of, you know, tape and put together. And the fun part is they're not all identical. Every single one is going to be completely different, which that's what interests me, because when I do things that are like identical over and over and over, that gets boring to me. So when it's like everything is completely different, it just makes it fun. And then you start playing with, you know, different things to add. And oh, you know what would be really cool in these? Those like pressed flower stickers that I've seen people use. That would be so pretty. Or even real flowers. I've never messed with like real pressed flowers before. It's just never been my thing, I guess. But oh god, now I got my bone folder sandwiched in there. You are not the specimen. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I've never played with the real flowers before and never tried, you know, that just has never been an interest of mine. But I would like purchase the sticker dried flowers. I could handle that. But not into like making my own. So those would be, oh, and what else would be cool in there is those the die cuts that look like flowers, you know, like put paper flowers in here. That would be really cool too. So yeah, anything you can think of pretty much to put between two pieces of clear tape would be awesome. And then it just looks really cool, I think. All right, so I know I'm going to kind of put something over this bit here because I don't really like how that is shaped. So I'm going to turn my thing around so that we're going there. So now I'm going to see more of this because I want to kind of hide this because I don't mind this part, but this is just kind of funky. So I'm working with what I have and I'm covering up what I don't like. So here we go. And one more time, I'm going to go to the sewing machine and I will be back. Okay, all done. So I even managed to do some funky stitching kind of all the way around, you know, just around that weird looking piece there, or balloons. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to go around the middle. If you don't sew the two layers like I did, the outside and the inside, you may want to make sure you have a little bit of glue on the inside there then so that it doesn't peel back on you. Rather be safe than have it come apart, you know. Just make sure all of your edges are stuck down in whatever way you're sticking them down. Okay, so now all I do is I'm going to layer this on top of here. And I added just a tag on the top. So I've had, I mean, any type of tag that you got will work. These are cute little, they have like a little birdie on them and script. And on the back, super cute. I don't even know where I got these from. Kind of forget. You know, one day people are going to ask where I got something from. Oh, shoot, I was going to sew around my tag. Okay, I'm not going back to the sewing machine. We're going to skip that. So let me grab What would look good? Black or blue? I don't want to use blue. Black. We're just going to do black. I wish I had a brown pen. I don't have a brown pen, do I? Okay, so I am not going to go back to the sewing machine. So I am just going to do the old, make it look like sewing, which is perfectly fine in my book. Just takes a lot longer. I was trying to make this fast too. I was going to say one more thing, you know, and do this tag, and then I forget. And now here we are, watching me draw lines, because I don't want to pause the video again. That's being pretty lazy, isn't it? Okay. There we go. That still looks cute. I like it. Let's ink this guy up. And let's get this cutie stuck down there. So I thought, like, I love these specimen tags. It's just, you know, a lot of times I'm like, how can I use them? And the whole put them on a tag, I don't know. I'm sure somebody's done this. I cannot be the first person to think of this one, but I really like how they looked on here on the on tags. You just want to make sure your background is pretty neutral. That's all I that's all I found out, is you don't want anything too conflicting in the back. You're going to want it to be pretty plain, because the whole focus is on your little specimen card. You don't, you know, your background paper's not. I don't know. Yeah, it would be okay on darker. I mean, it looks cute on dark. I really like them on the light, though. I just think they look really cute. Okay, so I have my little tab at the top. I have, oh, I was going to put a word too, but we can do that later. This one I had done, oh, I didn't even trim this, did I? This one I had done like a little embellished just piece there. We can do that, or we can just do maybe a label, a field label of some kind. Maybe on this one we move him up and kind of do that. Kind of looks cute. And then maybe a piece of little something over that. Can you tear some of this off? This is a little too big. Maybe just a little something there. I like that. Just a little piece of something. Or maybe I want it here. What do you think? Right or left? Think. Or maybe I should, oh, yeah, let's just do that. Let's go up here. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even glue it down yet. Okay, well, I can glue it onto this card first. Getting too far ahead of myself. Okay, let's ink this guy up, and I am almost done, guys. I apologize. I really do try to keep my videos to like about 30 minutes or so. I don't like to go over. One, it takes so long to upload, which is just being, you know, selfish on my part, because it takes forever to upload. And two, I just, you know, I think most people lose their attention span after about 20 or 30 minutes, don't they? You know, even as adults, we only have so much attention span. So I really do try to keep my videos to like 30 minutes or less. So. But sometimes I just get going, and I'm sorry. I'm having fun right now. So here we go. Let's just kind of put him there. And I will put a word on here, and I'll probably add another little dangly thing, but you guys can see that. You get the idea. But there we go. I mean, look how quickly we've made some of these really cute specimen card pieces. And oh, I keep thinking of stuff. This is, I wanted to show you how I would use them in my journal here so that you can see how they look. So on a page, I would just go ahead and put these here. I mean, look how pretty that looks on a page. And I could either do the 3 sides and make it a pocket, and we could even do 2 of these things. So if it was a pocket, we could tuck our other specimen card in there, and then you could see everything behind it. Or I could make it just a three-sided thing and make it just a big old tuck. So, I mean, either way, these are going to look really pretty in this journal. Like even this one here, I mean, look how gorgeous that shows up on these pages. So there you go, guys. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the specimen, you know, my take on specimen cards, and give it a try. Let me know if you do. I'll see you guys later. Bye.